Deciding to go back to school as an adult is a big decision. There are things that adult learners must take into consideration when they decide to journey back and further their education. There are questions to be asked. Will I be successful? Will I be able to balance my personal life and school life? Will I be able to afford it? Will I stay organized? But most importantly, will I be motivated to be successful and earn my degree as an adult learner? Motivating the adult learner, a topic so easy for us to all relate to because we are adult learners. We can also relate to how it feels to not be motivated at times and what will help us become motivated. Although adult and youth learning are governed by many of the same basic concepts, research now shows that adults differ from youth in many ways that influence their learning. Adults differ distinctively in terms of motivation and interest. In order to understand how to motivate an adult learner, one must be familiar with what an adult learner is. According to Wadowski, an adult learner is an individual who performs roles associated by our culture with adults. It's an individual who perceives himself or herself to be responsible for his or her own life. The characteristics of an adult learner plays a major role in an instructor understanding how to motivate them and keep them motivated. Most characteristics of an adult learner is a direct reflection on how they are motivated or what motivates them. The following characteristics can have motivational consequences or non-motivational consequences. Adult learners have set habits and strong tastes, which gives them motivation to do well in their courses. Adult learners have a great deal of pride in themselves and their work, which motivates them to continue to do what they have done previously in courses to continue to do well in the learning process. Adult learners want a choice in what they learn. This can cause lack of motivation if the adult learner is not able to choose what they learn. However, it can cause learners to be motivated since they have a choice in the learning process. Adult learners have preoccupations outside the learning environment, which can cause learners to lack motivation. Adult learners are constantly busy with other obligations such as jobs and children, causing them to lack motivation. Adult learners have a strong feeling about the learning situation, which gives adult learner motivation. Adult learners want to feel better about themselves, and whenever someone wants to be better themselves, they have to be motivated in order to succeed. Now that it is understood what an adult learner is and what characteristics they possess that gives them motivation or causes them to lack motivation, we can now focus on how they are motivated. Online instructors play a major role in motivating adult learners. The majority of adult learning or any type of learning requires one-on-one interaction with an instructor and requires for instructors to meet the needs of the learners. Adult learners are motivated when instructors understand how they learn. Adults have special needs and requirements as learners, and being motivated is one of those requirements. Instructors must show learners how this class will help them attain their goals. When any type of learner can relate what they are learning to the end result, they are more motivated to learn. Instructors must acknowledge the wealth of experiences that adult participants bring to the classroom. Instructors must serve as facilitators rather than lecturers. They must also communicate and give feedback. As stated earlier, educators play a major role in adult learners' motivation. There are tips that instructors can use to help them help the adult learners. Positive reinforcement makes adults feel prideful in what they have accomplished. When they have pride, this gives them the ammunition to be motivated in the learning process. Instructors should present material that stimulates senses. Learning results from the stimulation of senses, therefore instructors should present material that stimulates senses in order to increase their chances of teaching success. When this is done, adult learners learn better. Instructors should establish rapport with participation. Since technology is being used to aid in the learning process, such as blogs, wikis, and online discussion, it is very important that instructors make sure that learners are able to understand how to use them in order to be successful. If learners do not understand how to use technologies, they may lack the motivation to use them, therefore their participation may be low. Instructors should encourage correct modes and performance and should assist the learner in retaining the information. There are several factors that can lead an adult learner not to be motivated. These factors include lack of money. When adult learners lack the necessary funds to pay for their education or course materials, this can cause them to lack motivation. Lack of confidence can cause adult learners not to be motivated as well. Sometimes adults feel as though they cannot achieve to the best of their ability when dealing with their education because they are trying to balance so many responsibilities. Lack of interest. When adults decide to return to school, some have not been to school in years. The education world may not interest them anymore. Most of the times, adults are returning to school to gain more financial income to raise their families. Therefore, the whole education atmosphere does not interest them because they are doing it to maintain their livelihood. Scheduling conflicts can cause adult learners to lack motivation along with childcare and transportation barriers. Several teachers were asked what caused them to lack motivation.
I went to Georgia College and State University, and I received my master's in educational technology. My lack of motivation seemed to be a lack of interest after a while. After completing 4 years of undergrad and going straight into my master's, it seemed a bit hard for me to stay focused.
I attended Georgia State University and received my master's in counseling. What caused my lack of motivation was first and foremost a lack of funds. Second, I felt like it was going to be a large learning gap because it took me 2 years before I went back to get my master's.
I attended the University of Georgia and I got a master's in school library media. Some of the causes for a lack of motivation during my program, family issues and work-related issues as well.
There are several strategies recommended for instructors to use to help encourage motivational behavior. Strategies to help motivate adult learners. There are several strategies. Instructors should put materials in bite-sized chunks so that learners are able to understand the information better. Instructors should make material relevant as it relates to their job or field of study. Instructors should use collaboration tactics. This makes learners more motivated to get other students for assistance than ask the instructor. Getting help from others have always encouraged learners. Instructors should have flexibility in assignments. Flexibility helps learners have a variety of what type of learning works best for them. Lastly, instructors should make sure that students are equipped with enough knowledge and skill to complete assignments. If not, they would indeed be setting up the learner. Instead of being spoon-fed, self-directed adult learners actively engage in their learning process and demonstrate a high degree of desire and control over the pursuit of their learning goals. Instructors and adult learners play a major role in motivating learners to be successful in their degree program. Learning as an adult and possibly online is a big step for some learners. However, with the help of instructors and the drive to do well, any degree is attainable. Are you motivated?